Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be unboxing and reviewing the Logitech M720 wireless mouse. I did purchase this product myself, and any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in my video description below. You can see how it comes packaged to you right here in a very simple retail box. This features 24-month battery life, 8 customizable buttons, hyper-fast scroll wheel, and 3 easy switch channels. So the last feature is why I bought this mouse. I wanted to simplify my setup here. I do 2 PC streaming setups and recording setups. So instead of using 2 separate wireless keyboards, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade and get a new keyboard and mouse and try it out and see how I like it. But I'm really excited to simplify everything here and just have one keyboard and mouse laying around my studio. So now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the package contents. Here are all the package contents. First up, I have your safety and warranty information, followed by the mouse itself. Really quick, I wanted to point out too, the box actually comes with a lot of helpful instructions in the tabs. So you can see our different options right here to pull the piece of paper to activate the battery, turn it on. Then we can pull out and remove the dongle to connect to our computer. We also have Bluetooth options right here. Just search and connect for M720, and then easy switch with that back button, it looks like, to go between all 3 devices. So really nice, cool that they save some paper by printing it right on the box for us. Now let's look at the mouse in more detail right here. So check it out. You can see from the top, we have that weighted scroll wheel. Definitely see that super fast feel for it just from its responsiveness right here. You can see the click sounds, you can hear them, the buttons, a lot of different buttons. Pretty cool. We have our battery status indicator as well at the top. Then you can see we have 1, 2, 3 for our 3 different options we can cycle between if we want to connect up to 3 devices. Then looks like we had our forward and back buttons right there. Here it is from the bottom. You can see M720 etched in there. Everything we have that we need right here for the mouse to operate properly, our sensor, we have our on and off button. Then you can see we have a removable back cover and this piece of paper to pull off. So go ahead, just push it out away from you. And that reveals our dongle right here with nice storage. And we have 1 AA battery. So we can go ahead, we can pull that piece of paper out. Now we can set the battery back in, put the cover back on, and then you can see we can flip our switch right there for the mouse. And it's currently powered on, and we have our indicator light right there. Now let's go ahead, let's connect it to our computer and try it out. All right, guys, so I have the mouse plugged in and connected to 2 computers. You can see the computer right to my left. We're using these 3 monitors, and we're using the mouse with the USB receiver right here. And it's already made my life so much easier. Then the big monitor to the right is a second computer that we're connected to it via Bluetooth with this mouse. So let's go ahead, let's push input 2. So now you can see, I just pushed input 2. And there we go. We just switched over to it. So now we're using this device with it. And you can see we have it connected. M720 Triathlon is how it's showing up. And it does show our battery percentage. I want you guys to see too down here. It's cut off a little bit by the tripod. But for our second PC, we have the option to install software to give us an even better experience and more functionality. You do not have to install the software for everything to work. And if you do install the software, just keep in mind you do not have to create an account if you don't want to, if you just want to have your settings saved locally. But then we just go ahead, we push the button again. Now we're back to 1, and you can see I can freely move it about all I want on my first PC. Oh my gosh, guys, this is a game changer for me. Why didn't I do this years ago? And then you can see for how quickly we can move it back. I just pushed the button. All right, there we go. And now you can see we're already back here. So it doesn't really take very long at all to switch between the 2. So it's kind of hard to see on the mouse if I'm pushing it properly, but let's go ahead, let's push the button. And there we go, we just made the jump. I'd say 1 Mississippi or so, and you're free and ready to control the next device. So I went ahead, I downloaded the software. Guys, just a reminder, you do not have to create a Logitech account to access this software. So just keep that in mind as you're going through the setup process. If you don't want to create an account, you do not have to. So you can see our 2 devices that we currently have connected right now. The old mouse that I'm phasing out today, thanks to the new Triathlon mouse, the M720. I already love it so much, guys. It is a huge upgrade from this other rinky-dinky Logitech mouse right there. So this is what it's going to look like. Again, you could log in if you wanted to, or you can manage your devices. You can add a new device if you want, 2 different options, a unifying device or a Bluetooth device. So really cool technology here, guys. You can pair up to 6 wireless mice and keyboards to a single Logitech unifying receiver. Love that. Helps you just save some space on your computer with your USB ports. All right, so now let's go into our device, the M720, and now you can see the different options that we have. So here we go. You can see we have our middle button, our scroll left, our scroll right. We have a swap left and right buttons if we wanted to, which is cool. Then you can see we have our forward, our back button, and we have a gesture button. Let me push that right now on the mouse so you can see what it's doing on our Windows 10 PC right here. Pretty cool. Not sure how much I'll use that personally, but really a nice feature if you want to use gestures a lot. And then you can see we have the more option. So check it out. See what we got going on. And we can view backups, software, analytics as well. But some of the features for you right there in the more settings section. All right, then we have restore defaults if we want. And here's for scroll left. You can see what we can choose to do with it. What do we want it to be? Tons of different options for you to set. I'll have to really dive into this later to see what I want some of these buttons to change to, if anything. You can see the speed scroll as well too. Scroll speed. All right, here's the middle button, guys. More options for you. So many customizable options for each button. Holy smokes, that's crazy. All right, let's go to the other one. Again, you'll see the same thing. Speed settings for the scroll. A lot of choices for you. All right, gotta click on it again. All right, there we go. Now let's look at some of the other ones. Do we want to change these too? So many options. All right, here's the next one. You're getting the idea though, right? Look at all the customization we have if we want to tweak this to our preferences. And here's that bottom one. So gesture. Again, we can tweak that. Cool, and look at that. Look at all the extra controls we get if we hold it down while moving the mouse. Tons of options right there. We can learn more too. It's going to bring us to a web browser if you want to learn more about that. So many control options. All right, let's go back. But we looked at all the buttons right there. So again, we can customize everything to our liking right there. I do want to point out here though, there is no customization for the 1, 2, and 3 for our different inputs. For me personally, I'll only be using 1 and 2. So it'd be nice not to have to go through 3 to get back to 1. I wish we could jump between the 2. But if you're using 3, obviously you wouldn't need to change that. But I'd like to have that option built in. Here's our point and scroll settings. If we want to adjust the speed, if we want smooth scrolling, check that out. We can invert it too, the wheel. So for flow right here, you can see we can seamlessly switch between computers by moving the cursor to the edge of the screen and quickly copy, paste text, images, and files between them, which is really cool. Obviously, guys, if you don't enable this, you can still pretty much seamlessly switch between your 3 input devices. But if you want to take advantage of those features, be sure to enable flow on both of your devices. So how to set it up, just click this. They walk you through it. Download and install Logitech options. Then you can select next, pair your mouse to your computers. Then you can select next and then connect computers to the same network. And then voila, you're all set and ready to go with Flow, which is really cool, guys. A great piece of technology. If that's something you're interested in, you can definitely enable that for your device. But there you go, guys. That's all the features and settings that we get with Logitech options right here for our new mouse, our M270 Triathlon multi-device mouse. So let me share with you guys my final thoughts after using this mouse. So first thing I want to say is I'm kicking myself for not buying one of these years ago. I never even thought of it. What was I thinking? It is so simple and easy to use and set up. This is a game changer for my workflow. So I'm super happy that I finally landed on one of these, got it, and I'm forever grateful now. I'm never going back to my old setup. With that being said, here's what I was using. You can see them right here. So this is like the Ferrari compared to, the Chevrolet. So with that being said, I love the customization. It's got more features than I'm ever going to possibly use, but I'm very grateful to have the options to tweak in the future and have additional buttons to control everything that I want. So I love all that. I also really like the shape and contour. This is probably one of the best computer mouses I've ever used for my hand. It just feels very comfortable. I'm really happy with the contour and shape versus a lot of the other mice that I've encountered throughout the years. Now, with that being said, it's probably not for everybody. This is a pretty heavy mouse. I don't know if you guys are concerned about weight. I like having a heavier mouse. It just feels like better quality to me, and it's just something nice to push around and kind of keep me in check for my mouse movements. But if weight is a concern to you, you definitely want to keep that in mind if you're gonna go with this mouse. And I want to point out too, I really like all the buttons in the layout, but I can see how some people might not like these three buttons being so close together, and there's no real way to differentiate between the three, so you might accidentally bump the wrong one. So along those lines, I'd like to see maybe some improvement in the future with the 3 input controls. Maybe having the button feel even more different somehow, that when you're bumping that versus the forward and the back button. And then I really want to see a brighter light or indicator to know, okay, I'm in input 1 versus 2 versus 3. Obviously, you'll be looking at the stuff, but it would be nice to have the ability to just differentiate that even more. That would help me out. And along those lines, with all the customization, I wish we could customize that button too, to maybe nix the 3rd input if you wanted, so you could disable it. So for me in my setup, I'm only using 2 PCs. I'm not going to connect to that 3rd one. So what's kind of silly is if I want to toggle between the 2, I can go from PC 1 to PC 2, but then have to go to input 3, which is nothing, to go back to input 1. I know it's not that big of a deal, but it'd be nice just to toggle between the 2 and then allow that 3rd input. Obviously, I don't want to get rid of the 3rd input. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. But for my setup specifically, I'd like to just have a 2 input option as well. Also, as I'm thinking about more things I like and want to see improved, I think for this mouse, for some reason, it just how it fits in my hand. My hand gets sweaty. Maybe that's TMI, but compared to the 2 other options I have, I guess there's just less breathability for some reason, maybe more surface area for my hand to rest on, but that's just something I've noticed as well with it. But I really like it. It's very, very nice, and it does exactly what I was expecting it to. You guys, I don't know if you're picky on response time. I feel like I've seen some reviews on this mouse saying it takes 5 to 10 seconds to switch between devices. That is not my case at all. I'm using the USB receiver and a Bluetooth connection. It takes maybe, like I said in the video, 1 Mississippi at the slowest, whatever you want to say, to switch between them. I'm guessing some of those people maybe just aren't pushing the button, maybe that sort of thing. So everything else, very simple and straightforward. Very happy with this mouse overall. It is a game changer for my studio and setup here. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily, and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget, new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.